Hi everyone and welcome back to Clean Eating Kitchen. I'm Carrie and this is my channel where I share real food recipes and tips so you can feel your best. And today I have a new kind of video. I'm going to be sharing what I've done and what I'm doing to get ready for my upcoming out of town vacation and everything that I'm doing to help boost my immunity before I go and maybe even during the trip, and all the prep that I've done. It's all gluten-free and dairy-free recipes and snacks and some holistic health stuff we're going to be talking about. So I hope you stick around for today's video. So this trip that I have coming up is going to be the first time that I've been on an airplane since September 2019. So we're talking about 3.5 years, and we all kind of know the chaos that's been happening these past few years. So I really cut back on my travel. I've done a few short trips and I did one last month. So it kind of helped me get back into the groove with travel. But because I'm going on an airplane and that's kind of something I haven't done in so long, I want to do my best to try to stay healthy just from all kinds of viruses or anything going around. Of course, going on a vacation, you don't want to get sick. And I've had that happen before. I think back in around 2016, I went on an international trip and I must have picked up something on the airplane because I think the second or third day that I arrived, I was in London and I had a terrible cold and it really was no fun. And it took, I think, about a week to feel better. So I'm trying to prevent that. So I want to share with you everything that I'm doing, my immune prep ahead of time. I'm now 3 days out, so I've actually started today doing some immune prep that I'm going to share with you. I'll share with you the day of travel, what I have packed in my backpack, my carry-on essentially, and then I'm going to share with you just some planning that I've done to stay gluten-free and dairy-free. And that's how I mainly managed my autoimmune disease, my chronic illness, migraines, is to do this kind of prep ahead of time. It makes me feel less anxious. And then, of course, it actually is beneficial. And I'm not saying you have to do this much prep. Everybody's different. Maybe you like to just be more spontaneous and kind of go with the flow. But I'm definitely more of a type A type of person. And I just really mostly just don't want to get sick. And I want to also be able to enjoy the experience of travel because, of course, it's expensive and I don't want to waste days by having to stay in the hotel because I'm not feeling well. And if you're like me, you have maybe multiple chronic illnesses that you're managing, you know that, if you don't feel well, it can really put you out for quite a while. So I'm not speaking really to somebody who's super resilient and healthy and can go through all the ups and downs with no problem. I'm really trying to share this for women like me who maybe are more sensitive and again are managing maybe a variety of chronic illnesses. And so you can just take what you want. Hopefully, you'll find a few things of value from the video. And so I mentioned I'm going to share like before travel, during travel on the airplane, some stuff that I've planned for when I'm at the hotel to make my life easier. And so that's what we're going to cover in today's video. And then a few other things that I'm doing. Trying to get to bed on time, trying to get a full night's sleep so I'm fully rested before I go. Of course, that's important for our immune systems. The only bad thing is the day I leave. As I mentioned, I have to leave really, really early in the morning. The flight leaves at 6 a.m., which means I'll have to be getting up like at 4 a.m. So that's going to be rough, but I'm trying to make sure that my sleep is all caught up ahead of time. And then I would say the last big part of my preparation is making sure to have lots of healthy foods before I go. So I've been doing a lot of cooking at home. I'm going to make a chicken soup tomorrow. And if I don't get through it all, I'll probably even freeze some of it to have when I get home. And I mentioned in my last video which was my Costco shopping video, my shopping haul, real food shopping haul. I got this coconut water, and I actually didn't get these at Costco. I got these at Trader Joe's, but I've been making an afternoon snack where I just juice one orange and then do, which ends up being like a half a cup of orange juice with maybe a half a cup of the coconut water. That's what I call my adrenal cocktail. I keep it really simple, but it's a great source of minerals. So you would get the vitamin C with the potassium. I'm just looking at the label here. So it's just, all these little things. Again, you don't have to do them all, but they're little things that I'm doing. I mean, you could definitely say that I kind of crossed the line into like really intense into health. I'm definitely not perfect, but I've been sick. I mean, I have been sick in the past for so long that I know how bad you can feel when you don't feel good. And I guess I'm maybe overcompensate at this point a little bit because I don't want to feel like that anymore. So that's what I'm doing to prepare. And then I want to share with you what I'm going to be doing on the airplane. So for the actual airplane ride, which for me is going to be about I'll end up being in the airplane. I have two flights. So one's about an hour and a half, and then one's about 5 hours. And I know I haven't mentioned where I'm going yet, but I think maybe I'll save that and I will share a full vacation video next time. But let's just say I'm going somewhere tropical. And so, in a way, that also adds to my, I guess, the healthfulness of the trip because it's going to be a very like tropical, fun, chill, relaxing trip. And I'm really looking forward to it. But this is my backpack. I've had this thing forever, like probably 15 or 20 years. And I love it because it's huge. And so it counts as a personal item. Um, but of course, it's not small like a purse. And I actually put my purse inside, but I'm going to show you what I have inside. And these items I will have with me um, like on the under the seat so I can access them easily. And the first item is what I call my plane comfort bag, airplane comfort bag. This is a cute little bag a friend made for me. It has cats on it. Um, and I don't know if you've ever been in on like a international flight. Sometimes they give you a little bag like this and it has little goodies. And so I decided to make my own. So I have vitamins for the day. So breakfast and lunch that day, since it'll be a long day of travel. And I have my husband's in here too. And then I also put in a few tea bags. Oh, I put in some alcohol wipes if I want to wipe down the seat or the tray table. I'm also planning on wearing a mask. I know that's, a personal decision, but I most likely, at least in the airport and when boarding, I will be wearing a mask. I'm also bringing some green tea. I don't normally have caffeine, but I'm a little concerned because I have to wake up so early that I might need a little bit of caffeine. So I really like this one. It's like a peachy green tea because I don't love the flavor of green tea, but this one kind of covers it up, and it's actually a flavor I enjoy, and I don't have to add sweetener. I just have some stuff like tissue. I have an eye mask in case I want to take a nap. I have some earplugs, but that's not really super health related, I suppose. Some hand wet wipe kind of things. So I will have this bag. I have some like an iPod thing so I can listen to music. But what I really want to show you is this snack bag that I'm bringing and tell you about the food that I have planned. So I'm not going to be eating breakfast before I leave. As I mentioned, I'm going to have to leave for the airport very early. So I'm planning on making some breakfast cookies. Maybe I'll insert some footage here of the cookies. I downloaded a recipe. It's really simple, like oats, mashed banana, egg, chocolate chips, because of course, chocolate chips, maybe some pumpkin seeds. I'm gonna kind of adapt it to the flavors that I like. Did I already say mashed banana? And so it's kind of lower than in sugar than a full-on cookie. It's basically a cookie, but I thought that would be appetizing. And then I'm going to bring some bananas. And where I'm going, you have to go through an agricultural check, so I can't bring. Essentially, I'll have to eat everything or most everything I bring in terms of like produce. Otherwise, it won't pass the agricultural check. But also planning on bringing some hard-boiled eggs for my husband so he can have a little protein. And I know I mentioned I'd started eating eggs. I think I mentioned that uh, it may be in my migraine, what I ate in a day video. But I don't know. Still not sure about eggs if they're working for me. And that puts a big crimp in my plan for what to eat on vacation. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. I basically have to prepare for breakfast because I can't eat eggs for now. But I got some gluten-free beef jerky. I actually have this brand, and then I think it might be the same brand. It is the little beef sticks I showed you from my Costco haul. So whichever one we end up eating, it's just a good source of protein. Um, I got a couple of these macro bars. I really like these. They taste good. I like them more than my husband. He probably won't eat them, but I got them. They're vegan and gluten free, so they don't really have any ingredients that bother me. I really like these too. This is another Costco item. I did not get these on my last trip with the Costco haul, but I've had them in my pantry for a while, and I think these are great because they also have fiber. It's just blended up fruit that's been I don't know if it's been baked or what, but they're sweet and they have fiber, and so I like them. um what else do I have? Just some more jerky sticks. I really like this brand called Chomps. It says one stick has 90 calories, 90 grams of protein. So my breakfast cookies, I might also throw in some collagen protein, um, just so I have, like, I would try to get around 25 grams of protein with breakfast, which can be kind of hard, especially not eating eggs or dairy. So sometimes you have to rely on, powders, or in this case, beef jerky. Uh, and then the last thing that's just kind of, I don't know, fun, I guess, are these freeze dried berries, which I got from uh, Trader Joe's. I'm just looking to see if they expired, which they did, but only a month ago, so I'm not going to worry about that. I've had them in my pantry for a while. They're organic, unsweetened, and unsulfured, and probably just more like a snack or something to chew on, and it's crispy and tastes good. And I thought it was really funny. Oops. I got an email from the airline yesterday or the day before, and it said pre-order your snacks. So I looked just for fun, and I mean, they weren't horrible, but I was thinking to myself, why would you pre-order like packaged stuff like this when you could just get it and bring it on yourself? But everybody's different, so I found that to be a little funny, but whatever. I also want to give you a quick migraine update because I mentioned in 2 videos ago that I was maybe going to get Botox from this neurologist that I went to visit, I guess about 3 weeks ago now. And I cannot get in for an appointment. He's so backed up, so I can still move my face. I've actually been doing okay without the Botox. I've been using that Cephally device that I talked about. You can go back and check out that video if you're curious. It's an FDA approved preventive device for migraine, and it's been working really well. So I'm going to bring that with me. I will bring it on the airplane just so it's with me. I don't want to check it. And I don't plan to use it on the airplane because it looks kind of strange. I guess if I have to, I will, and maybe just put my hair over my forehead. Um, but that's something I want to give you that update, and then that's kind of something that I'm doing for migraine prevention. And so I thought I would mention that. Now, as we move into my planning for The day of travel, when we get to our destination, it will be earlier. And so we'll have a rental car, able to go to a grocery store, maybe get like a smoothie or a lunch, depending on how hungry we are. We do also have this layover in San Francisco, which tends to have some healthier options. I'm not sure. So I might pick up like a sandwich or a smoothie or some type of real food. Again, it'll just depending on the day. I just kind of want to go by my hunger level. So I do plan to document some of this trip, and I'll hopefully share this in the next video, what actually transpires. But that's the plan. And then when we get to the destination, I actually created a little shopping list, like just maybe some bottled water, some bananas. I'm trying to think what's on the list, but I'll maybe put that in the next video. But it's just kind of nice to know that there are options that will be there. And this place that we're going, we've been several times. I've been several times. And so I'm confident that, there's tons of like foods and restaurants where I feel comfortable eating that'll be okay for my health, won't trigger symptoms or migraine or anything. So I feel good about that. I know in the past when I've gone on bigger trips, like abroad, that can be a little bit more challenging. But and I do have a bigger trip planned for later this year. It's not international, but it will be to the East Coast and to a location I've never been before. So that will probably be challenging, but this trip is kind of getting me back in the mode of travel. But I wanted to show this giant bag of vitamins, and believe it or not, I take this many vitamins in 1 week. Kind of unbelievable. I have the bags broken up into breakfast, lunch, 4 p.m., which is when I take like a probiotic and a few other things, maybe a little magnesium, dinner and bedtime. And then I have my thyroid replacement hormone because I have no thyroid. So I had thyroid cancer about 10 years ago. So I have to take my thyroid hormone, of course. I have some Advil and Tylenol in here in case I get a migraine. I have my acute migraine medication. In case I get a migraine, I have some magnesium powder. I can show you what it looks like. I just have a big container and I put it in a little bag because I don't want to bring the whole container. I put a little spoon in there. I labeled it magnesium powder, and I just put a little spoonful in some water. That can help prevent like traveler's constipation or whatever they call it. A few other things, a little bit more tea, and that's pretty much it for the vitamins. But yeah, this took me about an hour or maybe a little longer to put all these little baggies together. I can show you the little baggies I got off of Amazon. They're actually 4 pills. They're like food grade, and it just makes it easy. So at the beginning of each day on vacation, I can pull out what I need, like if we're going out, and just put it in my purse, and it's really convenient. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is the food that I'm preparing, or not preparing, the plans that I have for eating at the destination. And if you have food sensitivities like I do, I have a gluten sensitivity and a dairy sensitivity, as I mentioned. I can't really do like, I couldn't do like a big plate of eggs. I can do, I can eat things that have eggs baked into them, like a gluten-free bread or something like that, but I can't like eat eggs for breakfast. I would feel really sick, and it bothers my stomach as well, I've noticed. So I did end up creating what I call breakfast packs, and I just made 5 days of little packages of granola, and I put in some protein powder, some cacao powder or cocoa powder, some vitamin C powder. I think that's maybe a little cinnamon. I think that's all I put in there, and it's a grain-free granola that I really like, and I've done this in the past. It works really well. And then this place that I'm going, actually breakfast is included, so then I can get like a almond milk, or if they don't have it, I can get it at the store and bring it with me like in a little container. And then fruit, I can get, at the breakfast buffet. And then my husband, he pretty much also eats gluten-free and dairy-free, but he can eat eggs. So he can just eat eggs, bacon, sausage, um, fruit. But since I don't do eggs, I do like, bacon and sausage. Sometimes it's a little salty. I don't know. I just have kind of a sweet tooth in the morning, so I enjoy having the granola and with the protein. I guess that's the other thing is like yogurts are such a big part of breakfast buffets. I really wish I could eat yogurt, such a great source of protein, but I just can't. I would get really sick. So I did plan for that. I was really debating whether just to try to see find something at the breakfast buffet, but I just ended up making these little breakfast bags just to be sure. And I don't have to eat them. I could always bring them home if I need to. But I'll show you in the next video of what the buffet looks like. And then the last thing I've done is I've made reservations at restaurants that I'm familiar with their menus. I have reservations for every dinner. Lunch is a little bit more flexible and I'm not really concerned, but I, pretty much know where I'll be eating for the whole trip. And I just makes me feel confident that um, it'll be supportive of my health and won't contribute to any symptoms or setting me back in terms of how I'm feeling. So I really hope that this was helpful. If it was, let me know. I hope that you like this kind of video. I'm definitely stepping out of my comfort zone and doing less like cooking shows and trying to do more of this vlog style. So let me know if you like that. And I want you to check out this video from a few weeks ago. If you missed it, it's what I ate in a day, or actually it's what I ate in a week while working on my gut health. And I will link to that up above here. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.